What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another DIY video. Today we're working on the G80. This video is going to be a little bit controversial, I think, because by the thumbnail and the title of the video, you'll see that we're actually doing an interior swap on my 2022 BMW G80 M3. So if you guys couldn't already tell and haven't already known this, the car does have Silverstone and black carbon bucket seats and they look absolutely fantastic. So this is where it's controversial because a lot of people either love or hate these. I'm kind of actually indifferent about these, and they are actually comfortable when you're in it, in my personal opinion, but they are a bit of a pain to get in and out of. With that being said, I did make the executive decision to actually swap the interior. We're going to be doing sport seats instead. And I figured, you know, now's the time actually to do a complete color change. You know, I don't mind the Silverstone. I think it looks really, really great, especially the combination of the black and the Alcantara here as well. But for a daily driven car, which this technically is, it's not the most practical, I'd say. And now that I have you know, a child, a newborn, it's just not the most convenient thing eventually in the long term to have basically white seats. So figured now would be a good opportunity to not only swap for sport seats that are a little bit more comfortable, easier for, you know, me and my wife to get in and out of, but also a good time to actually change colors. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. I'm going to show you guys how to remove all of the interior. So as you guys can see, we've got both front seats, the center console armrest, rear seats, and all four door panels will be coming out of this car, and we are going to be swapping in a different color. And just to show you guys what these look like again, they're in good shape. The car's got about 13,000 miles on it now, and I've had this car for about a little over a year now, I think. I wasn't able to spec this car. I could not get an allocation for a G80 at the time, so I went with a super low mile version, and this is how it came. So the carbon seats are extremely desirable. It's insane how much people are asking on the used market for a set of these. So I am doing a trade for sports seats plus a bunch of cash, and to me I think that's worth it. So, you know, that's one thing I have to consider is by pulling out the carbon buckets, I'm technically devaluing the car a little bit on resale, so I need to compensate for that. But I will say the new interior color that's going in here is going to be pretty freaking nice. So like I said, a little bit controversial. I know that I probably will get some hate for taking these out of here, but it's my car and I can do whatever I want. So, and with that being said, you know, we did take this car all the way to Orlando, and virtually no problems. Like I said, it's pretty comfortable once you're actually in the seat. It is tight, so depending on how big you are, you know, I'm just shy of 6 feet and about 200 pounds, so you know, it's not super snug. I mean, it's comfortable for me, but I'm not, you know, I'm not uncomfortable, especially for a trip that long. It was totally fine, and, you know, didn't have any back problems or anything like that. So actually, for being, you know, bucket seats, they're actually pretty comfortable in my opinion. But again, not the most practical getting in and out of. And if I generate some cash and I get to change the color and I still get really nice sport seats, that's a win-win for me. So that's what we're gonna do. But I'm excited to show you guys what the new color is going to be. I'm going to wait for the reveal later in this video that you'll see, but I wanted to kind of take you guys through the process of how to remove all of this stuff. I've taken plenty of interiors out over the years. You know, the front seats are just a couple bolts, the rear comes out very easily, and the door panels are a little bit time consuming, but overall very simple and easy to do. So this is going to be a DIY for those of you who are looking to do some sort of interior swap. Maybe you just want to do swap the comfort seats, the sports seats for buckets. I'll show you that process as well. And yeah, so let's get to it. And like I said, I'm doing a trade on this. So the individual who's buying these, or trading with me rather, is actually coming from, I believe, New Jersey in a couple days. So I wanted to get a jump on this. We're gonna start on the back. That way I can still use the car and drive it if I need to. So the front seat will be the last one to come out, obviously, but we're gonna start here on the back. I'm gonna show you guys how to remove the door panel here. We'll start here on the driver's side. Same process will be for virtually all of the door panels. So I'll show you this one here, and I'll show you guys how to remove the seat bottom as well as the upper part as well. So let's get started on this one. This kind of goes without being said, but just be very, very careful. We don't want to damage any of this for the new owner. And obviously I'm trusting that he's doing the same thing on his end. So starting here on the door panels, like I said, all four are the same. There's a small screw down in here, which you might not be able to see, but it's a T20 screw there. And then right behind the door panel or door handle here, you'll see that little plastic door. So you want to remove that door. And then there is a T20 back there as well. Other than that, there's a bunch of plastic clips, typical BMW clips that go all the way around, and then you would just lift up and out. All right, so again, T20, it's down here. Get yourself a nice long extension and proper lighting so you can see what you're doing. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do one panel. The other four, or the other three, are gonna be the exact same process. Obviously don't lose your hardware because we do need it for the replacement door panel. So T20, put that over here, and then up here, you're gonna have to pull this door handle back, take a plastic trim tool, and remove this little door panel here. Let's see here. I almost do it with my fingernail, but not quite. Helps to have a lot of different plastic trim tools, or this metal one here is super nice because it's super thin. It's like a fingernail. This is from Obsessed Garage, just FYI. But see how easy it is to get back there and to pull that out. So little clip there, and this slides in like that. So put that aside, and same thing, T20. All right, so there's that one. And then you want to take a trim tool, and then we're gonna go in between this part of the metal door and the leather here. So gotta be careful with that. Once you pop one, you can pretty much just use your fingers to go all the way around. And these clips are hard to get off, but just gotta manhandle it a little bit. Pull up, you can pull out. And from here, you need to release the actual door handle, which I'll show you here in a minute, as well as some electronics. And unplug the speaker, and we're good to go. So you'll see here on the back side, this is for the actual door panel. All you need to do is pull it out. This is a Molex plug, so you squeeze here, pull it out, and then you saw the speaker. Just need to pull out from there. So this is the whole door panel. There you go. So as you guys saw, that literally took 2 minutes to take this door panel off, and there you go. So we can swap the new one on, but this is what it looks like. And again, same process for all of the other three. On the front, same idea. Pull this little handle back. The screw is behind that little plastic door, and then the one screw down here, same thing. Tabs or clips all the way around the perimeter. Pull up, pull out, unplug the electronics, so you're good to go. Okay, so rear door panel off is there, rear door panel off over there. So next up, we're gonna remove this bottom part of the seat. It's just basically compression fitted down in there into the metal. So you just need to grab each side and pull up. Obviously make sure your hands are clean first, but I'll grab it right here, pull up, grab right here, pull up, and then you can just navigate it out of the seat belts pretty easily. Just like that. And then you can carry it out of the car. Next part, you want to come back here to the trunk, release the seats, push them forward. Just a word of caution, I like to put a towel right here because otherwise you've got this really sharp, pointy metal thing here, and you just don't want to indent the seats. So I make sure to put a towel there, and then we're going to remove this panel here. All you need to do is grab it from the top and pull, which I've already done because it's only held in by little plastic clip here and a couple down there. So I'll show you how to do that on the other side, but super simple to pull out. No screws or anything on this one. Put this in the safe spot. All right, so same process. Towel down here. Carefully move this down. Move the seatbelt kind of out of the way and grab it up here. Pull up and out. So it's really just this main clip right here that's holding it into place. And while you have the seats down, you'll see that there's a bolt right here. This is going to be a T50, I believe. Yep. So nice big T50. There's one here. And then when you fold the seat back up, there's one right here as well. So this one's already been removed. So I just need to remove that one over there, and then that side should come out. But so basically one bolt here, and there you go. This whole seat back will come out. So you can either do it while this is up or do it while it's down, whatever is easier for you. You still have access right here if it's up. So I went ahead and removed both of those T50s, one here, and just to make your life easier for the seatbelt, just go ahead and take a little trim tool, poke it in there, and you can move the seatbelt up out of the way. And so when you move this down, actually there's two more screws that I forgot about here. There's one here for this side and one there on that side. So we're going to take T50s there as well. You'll have to either hold this up out of the way or take it completely out of the trunk, whatever's easier for you. So just to access this a little easier, I'm going to show you guys by taking it out. And same thing, these are T50 bolts. You also don't need to worry if you mix up these screws because they're all the same size. So. All right, now make sure your hands are clean. Should be able to pull this one right out now. Yep, just like that. Okay, so here's what the entire rear looks like without seats, door panels. I do want to mention it is easier to have a second set of hands because this upper piece is basically all together. It's all one giant piece, so you can get it out on your own, but if you have a second set of hands, I would recommend doing it just so you don't scratch anything up or get anything all dirty. So just FYI on that one. But you guys can see we've got the entire rear out. So there's the bottom, the top, sides, two door panels. So this is all set and ready to go. And yeah, pretty simple process. And we can start moving on to the front. Front passenger door panel is now out. So again, same exact process, just the two screws and a bunch of retaining clips that go all the way around, and you just kind of lift up, out, unplug a couple things. So literally the exact same process as the back. Obviously, I have a couple days before the guy comes to do the interior swap, so I am going to leave the driver's side panel and the driver's side seat in for the time being, but I am going to show you guys how to remove this passenger seat, which is the exact same process as the driver's side, as well as I'm going to show you guys the center console as well, and that will pretty much wrap up the video. So for here, these are going to be T50 bolts. There are 4 of them, and that and a couple plugs that we need to disconnect, and then the whole seat should come out. All right, so when doing the front seats, you want to be careful about the seat backs. So again, I do have a towel here covering this metal piece here that kind of sticks out, so that's the most concerning thing, just because what we're going to do is we're going to push the seat back, you know, fold it, recline it all the way. That way we have access to the bolts, and we're going to be finagling it in and out a little bit to try to, you know, maneuver the seat out. So what we need to do is protect everything. We don't want to damage these carbon seat backs, obviously. So the other option is to, you know, would have been to remove the front seats first. But obviously, you know, like I said, I'm still going to drive the car a little bit more than likely. So that wasn't really an option, but just make sure you're careful, protect the seat backs. And so what we're going to do first, we're going to move the seat forward So we're not going to disconnect the battery because we do need to have the power seats functioning. And so we're gonna move that all the way forward as far as we can go. We've got a T50 Torx. Obviously I'm going to also fold the seat back up. Oh, there goes my light. We're also probably gonna raise it up a little bit. Let's see here if we can see. So we'll have to access from the back seat. So back here you'll see that we've got our T50 screw right there and one right there. So we'll disconnect both of those, or remove both of those, and then push the seat back and then work on the front two screws. Okay, so once again, this is a T50. These do have some thread lock on them, typically from BMW, but you can break them loose pretty easily. Obviously, I'm just using a ratchet here, but you can easily use a power tool here if you need to, if you can fit it in. So really, it's just these 4 screws that are holding this in place. Actually, these don't have thread locker. Interesting. All my previous BMWs all had a little bit of thread locker on there to hold it down. It's one there, one here. It's just the initial breaking it loose. All right, so there you go. Both screws are the same exact size, so it doesn't matter if you mix them up or anything like that. Moving back to the front, we're gonna recline the seat, push it back, recline the back. Actually, we don't need to recline the back. We can actually leave it folded like that because we actually kind of want it as compact as possible to get it out without hitting stuff. So just keep pushing this back here all the way. So we've got access to these 2 T50s. So there's one right there and one right there. So go ahead and remove those 2. All right, so I've got both front screws removed, so the seat will kind of naturally move back. So that's why we need the towel back there to protect everything. You'll see that we've got this one large cable that's coming out from underneath the floorboard. And so it plugs right into this giant yellow piece here. So what we need to do is push this little button in right here, slide this little tab over, and that will release it right there. So then from here we just need to navigate it out of the seat. It's just pushed in there like that. So just like so, up and out of the way. Well, that piece didn't come out with it, so we can pull that off once we get the seat out. But yeah, that's basically it. So at this point, the electronics are released, and we can go ahead and pull this out of the car very carefully. Almost forgot, we have to remove the seatbelt because the seatbelt is connected to the bottom of the chair right there. You'll see where my ratchet is. There's a T50 bolt holding that in, so remove that, and then we're good to take this off. And just so you know how this works, you'll see that the screw for this one is a lot smaller. It does have some thread locker on it, and this is the other side of the seatbelt, so this will slide right on top of that down there and screw in. So pretty simple to remove. Now we're ready to take the seat out. All right, so we are ready to remove the seat at this point. Just be very careful not to scratch anything on the way out. There we go. Up and out. And no damage, so just gotta be careful. So here's what the seat looks like when it's out, and here's what everything looks like on the inside. All right, so the passenger side is out. The only thing left now is the driver's side door panel, driver's side seat, and the center console. Again, I'm leaving the seat and the door panel in until I'm ready to, you know, get closer to the day. But same process for removing the driver's seat. I'm going to show you guys how to do the center console. All right, so moving on to the center console armrest. Keys Motorsports did a really awesome video on how to do this, so I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check out their video as well. But what we need to do first is move the seat forward. Obviously we have the passenger seat out already, so we just need to get better access to get our hands through here. So we're gonna move the seat forward first. All right, next up, what we're gonna do is climb in here. Let's see here. Climb in, and then what we're gonna do is open this up, and we're gonna start here at the top. So take a little plastic trim tool piece. We're gonna start here at the very top and kind of try to release it a little bit. It's always helpful to have different trim tools on hand. So we're basically removing this cover plate first. You kind of hear it clicking a little bit. All right, so I recommend kind of maneuvering the actual armrest up and down a little bit. So once you get started up here, you can kind of close it. I already got the other side, so you can kind of close it like this. Use another trim tool here to basically push the clips out. There we go. Down the bottom. And then we can go ahead and close this and pull this out, just like so. So at this point, we don't need to completely remove this. We can kind of just fold it out of the way. We don't need to unplug anything. But there are a couple pins right here that we need to push in. So you'll see right here that there's a little pin that goes through the spring. So one on each side we need to push in. All right, so here's a better angle for you. So you'll see that there's a pin right here. So we actually need to push the pin out this direction, one on each side. So I've got a little pick tool here. You kind of want to get it going first. If the pick tool doesn't work, I'm using this. Since it's so thin, I can kind of push it in there a little bit. You can hear it pop out, so one on each side. There we go. And so you can see that it moved. And then you can take some pliers and grab it and pull the pin out. So you can see it comes all the way out, just like that. So one on each side of those. Let's see, I'll get this one out now. There we go, just like that. The next thing we need to do is release the pressure that's on the spring. So you can see that it's still spring loaded. So what we need to do is take a flathead screwdriver or a pick tool, push right here on the metal, and release it from the little plastic clip that's right there. Might take you a couple tries, but of course Brian makes it look easy. This is probably the hardest part of this whole uninstall. So unfortunately I did not get that on camera, but you just need to push here on it to release the tension on the spring, and then push up. So push in and push up at the same time, and it'll release, and now we have the pressure off. And then at this point we can actually pop the spring out of the little clip here, just like that. And now the spring is out. So at this point, the entire armrest is released. So the armrest is out, as you guys can see. I will say that was probably the hardest part of this whole uninstall process, but even that's not very difficult. The hardest thing is just removing the little tension spring. But so sorry I missed that part of it, but you just need to push on it like I mentioned, and it'll eventually come out. And again, I'll put a link of Keys Motorsports install video for the armrest in my video description, because Brian does an awesome job, obviously, of creating really good video content, and so he can show you that part of removing the spring. But like I said, just push on that little bottom part, and you kind of have to push and kind of push up push it in, push it up at the same time in order to release the tension, but it obviously came off pretty simple, pretty easily. So this is what the car currently looks like. Everything is out of the car except for driver's seat and driver's door panel. So I'm gonna wait until probably Monday in order to pull that stuff out, just in case I need to move the car between now and then. And we should be good to go. All right guys, so that just about wraps up the video for today on how to remove your interior pieces. I'm gonna kind of come probably back in at the end of this video and show you guys what the new interior looks like. Reinstall is pretty much the exact same thing as the uninstall, so I'll spare you guys that content. But if you guys have comments or questions or concerns at all, please let me know in the comments below and I can help you guys out. So I hope you guys enjoy the new interior color, and I know that I will probably enjoy the seats a little bit better. I know they're not nearly as cool as the carbon buckets, but they're still pretty legit. So if you guys have comments, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for the ending here where I will show you the reveal. All right, so I had an early morning delivery and the new seats and new interior are all here in the garage. I haven't installed it yet, but I figured I'd give you guys a quick sneak peek of what it looks like outside of the car. All right, as you guys can see, there's still stickers on the M3 badging, which is awesome. So these are the two front seats. Again, these are sport seats. And here's the rest of it. Back seats with the door panels, armrest, everything that we need to put back into the car. So this is Fjord blue with black. And again, these are the sport seats. Whew, this is gonna be good. I like it. All right, y'all, the moment you've been waiting for, everything's finally back into the car. Again, the install process is literally the exact same as the uninstall, just reversed. And arguably, some of it's a little bit easier. So it all fit in perfectly, everything plugged in. I think I need to do some coding probably to get rid of the, side restraint or whatever the the errors are, but I haven't tried that yet. But things are working in its current state, so I haven't turned the car on. But so without further ado, let's show you guys what it looks like. So that just about wraps up today's install video. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you think about the blue paint, blue calipers, blue interior? It's a pretty wild combo, and I'm pretty certain that not many people have this spec. So now I have a rare spec vehicle. Obviously we did get rid of the carbon buckets, but I will tell you right now, the sport seats are super comfortable, way easier to get in and out of, and honestly, I'm kind of sick of everybody who's sat in this car complain about the carbon buckets and how terrible they are to get in and out of. So I'm happy. I put some money in my pocket and got a new fresh interior that still has stickers on it. So anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you guys love it, hate it, indifferent? I think it's cool. So yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns about how to do any of this, please let me know in the comments below. Hopefully it's helpful for you guys who are looking to do a swap. It's pretty easy, everything's plug and play. So otherwise, we'll see you guys on the next video. Stay tuned, I've got more to come. Thanks for watching.